So here's the big news. I don't know if you know, Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Oh. Taken off suicide watch right before his death.
Nothing weird there.
Nothing weird.
That's makes sense.
So I wasn't going to talk about this, but I saw a lot of people do videos, and their whole video was, "We don't know what happened," and it's like, well, why you do the video? I'm not saying that it was. If you think this was an accident, that guy, he might have killed himself, but when you're on suicide watch, you're taking away all the things you could kill yourself with, including fabric, so you can't hang yourself.
Additionally, these prison cells are supposed to be designed where you can't have access to hanging anything.
Well, this is correct. Well, here's the story from HuffPo. The Justice Department would not confirm to the HuffPost whether Epstein had been on suicide watch, but an unnamed person familiar with the situation told the Associated Press that he had been taken off suicide watch before his death. The New York Times also reports that Epstein was not on suicide watch this week, citing an unnamed source. So there's two major AP and the New York Times both reporting he was taken off suicide watch. An incident in which Epstein was, get this, so this is why this is so...
Yeah, take him off. There's no way something bad's going to happen to him.
An incident in which Epstein was found semi-conscious in his cell just last month with marks on his neck was being investigated as a suicide attempt or possible assault. So this guy should have a 24-hour guard and a camera in his cell.
And Jimmy, didn't we watch a report that said that he had also a cellmate?
Yeah, so watch this. Epstein was being held at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, a fortress-like structure in downtown Manhattan that holds 760 men and has been criticized by human rights advocates for its conditions. So he was in a fortress-like structure in Manhattan, and according to the New York Times, one prisoner who had stayed at both MCC and the notorious Guantanamo Bay prison said Guantanamo was nicer. So he's in a tough prison in Manhattan. The facility is...
That's straight from Yelp.
That's straight from Yelp. Is that a TripAdvisor? You can't trust that TripAdvisor. Does Zagat rate the Guantanamo? The facility is used to high-profile suspects. The Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman was held in MCC for more than 2 years prior to his July sentencing. It also housed the mastermind behind a 93 World Trade Center bombing. A 2016 Huffington Post investigation found that suicide is almost entirely preventable behind bars. Of course it is. People often say, well, if somebody wants to kill themselves, they're going to kill themselves, says Margot Slanger, a law professor at the University of Michigan who specializes in criminal justice. That's false. If you run a jail with an appropriate degree of suicide prevention, you get almost zero. So not only can they have zero suicide with regular people, but it's certainly the most... watched guy in the world right now for suicide is Jeffrey Epstein. It's amazing. So, you know how I know this was totally foreseeable and preventable? Because I know of a comedian who's been doing a joke ever since Epstein's been arrested and denied bail. I know a comedian's been doing a joke that predicted this. In fact, who's that comedian? Oh, my God. It's everybody's favorite, Jimmy Dore.
God damn, huh? Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein. You know, of course, Bill Clinton said he was only on the Lolita Express 4 times. Turns out he was actually on it 24 times. And Hillary Clinton's actually upset about it. She actually tweeted out just now, that she feels really bad about Jeffrey Epstein committing suicide next Tuesday.
Comedian, that's the headline for this video. Comedian predicts Jeffrey Epstein
No, it has to be
Suicide.
Jagoff comedian.
Jagoff comedian. Like that's what I'd rather be doing, making jokes like that, than having to come on and go, we don't know, we have to, I'm not saying nothing, we have to, it could have been he just was, it could have been he just, well, those news reports, it could have been, it could just be that he did, and nobody, it could be.
At the very least.
It could be that he just, this is nothing. It's so funny to me. But anyway, now I don't get to do that joke anymore. That's what feels bad.
Shelf
I was
life.
so looking forward to doing that joke in New York this week. So looking forward to doing that joke in New York. Because I do a few jokes before the show or the live Jimmy Dore show. I do a little stand-up usually. There it was. I can't do that joke anymore. That's the pain of stand-up comedy, ladies and gentlemen. That is the pain of stand-up comedy. Our next live Jimmy Dore show is August 24th in Denver, Colorado. Then we're going to San Francisco, Seattle, Baltimore, and Honolulu for Christmas. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all tickets. And if you'd like to support the show, that's how we do this. Become a premium member or a Patreon patron. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Thanks for your support.